Hey everyone, Ventus here, and welcome to the 4th episode of League of Legends Minis. Today I wanted to talk about Cassiopeia and her E Twin Fang. So for a while now, Cassiopeia has been a pretty popular champion. She's seeing more play because she got a rework and, well, she's actually a very strong champion. A very meta-resistant champion. She can be functional in basically any meta because of her itemization, because of her passive, and just because she deals a mix of both burst damage and sustained damage. Alright, so what is it about Cassiopeia's E I want to talk about? There's actually a strange occurrence with Cassiopeia's E that doesn't seem to happen with other champions with similar mechanics. When people play champions like Annie or Veigar, they spam their Q abilities really hard on minions in lane. That's because there's a reset mechanic and a stacking mechanic on those abilities respectively. But for Cassiopeia, people don't seem to do this. Everyone seems to know that Twin Fang has a reset mechanic. The cooldown gets reduced to 0.5 seconds if she hits a poison target, but it also has a mana refund mechanic. Whenever she last hits with Twin Fang, not only is the mana cost of the spell refunded, but a percentage of her max mana is also restored. Considering Cassiopeia's core item is Tear, she's gonna have a lot of mana, and this refund, well, it'll give her a lot of mana back as well. This will allow her to continue to spam her abilities and do whatever she wants basically in lane. When considering her max mana, the refund mechanic will give you back 50 to 90 mana, the cost of the spell, and also in the early game about 5 to 8 mana, which is the 1.5% max mana refund. In the early game, it seems pretty small, but this is actually a pretty significant amount, and obviously the value continues to go up. This value will continue to go up in the mid-game, and basically once you have a tier stacked or near stacked, you'll be getting around 15 to 20 mana back every time you last hit with E. Even when enemies aren't poisoned, she can use this ability once every 5 seconds. It's a really low cooldown for a potentially free ability. You deal damage, you get the cost back, and you also restore a percentage of your max mana. When enemies are poisoned and you manage to last hit with this, well, you'll be getting even more mana back. You get a huge amount of mana refunded for every last hit. Let's say you use your Q to poison the backline of the minion line. Well, if you E all of them and each E kills them, you get refunded the cost of 3 spells plus an additional amount of mana based on your max mana. 4.5% of your max mana, actually. And what this translates into is basically you can spam your abilities even more on minions or even on the enemy champion if you wanted to, potentially knocking them out of lane or even killing them. Cassiopeia in lane is a balance of farming and harassing, like most champions are. But she has the incentive to do this because of her combo mechanics and her powerful sustain tools. Next time you play Cassiopeia, don't be afraid of mashing out E off cooldown, even against minions. Farm, get mana back, harass the enemy champion, kill them, easy lane, easy life. That's Cassiopeia for you. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.